that obviously with all the power that the Vita's available, it's allowed us to go back and actually like really recreate the whole Wipeout franchise. You know, make it much more bigger, much faster, much more exciting, taking full use of like the PlayStation Vita's functionality. Essentially what we've done is taken it almost 37 years from now. So, you know, obviously Wipeout has always been very much of a futuristic racing game. What we've got there now is essentially bringing it back, so now there'll be something like, you know, for example, Central Park, and you'll look at that and you can imagine that being from 37 years from now, whereas before Wipeout was much more realistic, different type of environment. So now with what we're doing with that, the actual tracks, everything looks so much more amazing and a lot more realistic. 2048 was pretty much, was just like almost like what we kind of saw as like almost the dawn of where the whole era starts. So it's almost like a prequel, you could say. So we kind of like thought, well, you know, what could be sort of futuristic, but at the same time still kind of in touch with what we're kind of expect to see nowadays. And with 2048, we actually managed to do that, and it kind of just really sort of seems to be a fitting title with that.
The things that make Wipeout Wipeout are obviously the speed, the tracks, the cars, the music, the style. How did you bring all of that to the PS Vita in a bigger, better way?
Well, what we've done with that, obviously, is like, you know, obviously, as you said, you've got all those great things that make the whole Wipeout franchise so exciting and so brilliant. What we've done with that is kind of built upon that, essentially, you know. So obviously, yeah, you're going to still see the music, but the tracks are going to be a lot more playable. The tracks are going to be wider. There's going to be a lot more, much more easy for players to be able to kind of pick up and play. I think Wipeout has always been known to be really hardcore sort of racer, but what we've got there now is making the tracks a little bit more accessible, making it easier for players to be able to play online and being able to actually race and actually get used to the ships and all the tracks. We've also added in different multiple racing paths that players can take as well. So it's going to be a whole different learning curve, but at the same time it's still going to be loyal to people that know the Wipeout franchise and also give them something new and exciting as well. So we're going to have new weapons in there as well. You know, in addition to what we've mentioned, you know, we're going to have like multiple different paths that you can take when you're actually racing in the games as well. We're going to have 10 brand new tracks that's exclusive for the PlayStation Vita. You know, other Wipeout games had like 8 tracks, so this has actually got 10. We're going to have 20 new ships. We're going to put in like a perk system in there as well, so you can upgrade the ship and make different changes to your ship, not just like, you know, aesthetically, but it's actually going to be performance related as well. We're going to have like a different sort of shield system in there, different weapon pads that you can actually get, so you've got defensive and offensive weapons. We're going to incorporate look at the actual camera as well, so you can maybe either do a video, or at the moment we've got, it takes a photo of yourself, and then basically you'll see yourself on the podium after you've actually won a race, and it's kind of like bragging rights to be able to sort of show off to all your friends that are around as well. What's also new is obviously Wipeout has always got the campaign mode. Well, we're actually going to incorporate an online campaign mode as well. So you'll be able to play online against other people, and there'll be different challenges, different things that you can do. So it might be like, hey, you know, beat Damien in the race, you know, or destroy his ship within 3 laps. It could be any type of things that you can do, and these are going to be all things that's going to allow us to bring that whole Wipeout community alive. So one of the things that we're showing for Wipeout 2048 as well is a cross-platform play. And essentially what that means is you'll have players that have Wipeout HD Fury on their PlayStation 3, and they will be able to play against PlayStation Vita 2048 players. It'll be a combination of, you know, 5 PlayStation 3 players against 3 PlayStation Vita players, and you'll be able to play that online straight out of the box.
Essentially, you could be playing on your PS3, and then if you need to go, you could just put it up on your Vita and then meet up with the same group and take the game on the road, right?
Yeah, essentially, basically, yeah. So as long as you have Wipeout 2048 for your Vita, you can basically go on the road and you can still carry on doing your online races and everything else. And in addition to that, obviously, you can have online campaign mode as well for your 2048, so you can do different things with that as well. Yeah, so obviously we're taking advantage with regards to the controls of PlayStation Vita. So we've, for example, if you want to select weapons, you can touch the right side of the screen, and that will allow you to use the weapon. You can touch the left side, and that will actually allow you to absorb. We've also got the tilt functionality, so you can actually steer with your Vita as well. We're using the back touch to be able to actually use your gas, so you're able to accelerate and actually race through as well. So there's different things that we're doing now. Obviously, we've also incorporated the front camera as well for different bragging rights when you're on the podium and different things like that. So with all the Vita functionality we've got there, we're actually giving a whole new kind of racing experience to the Wipeout 2048. When you get a new hardware like the Vita, it's really exciting. You want to do so much stuff with it. I think the main thing really is that you want to try and ensure that you keep the level of playability, the level of fun, and make sure that you're not trying to make everything too complicated. You know, it's obviously important that the controls make sense, it feels natural, and that's what I think we've done like a really good job of doing so far with Wipeout 2048. Obviously, we're still sort of redefining it and changing stuff and make sure we're going to tweak it, make sure everything's really tight, but at the same time, it's going to be an absolutely enjoyable experience for players out there.
So when is the game coming out? Is it a launch title?
Oh yeah, we're looking to be in the launch window.